So who's going to pay for long-term care? Now, I mentioned in some of my other videos that a really big concern for a lot of retirees and pre-retirees is long-term care costs. And maybe they saw it with either their parents, or they're gonna see it with their parents, or maybe even another close family member. Now, it costs a lot, and the costs just keep on going up. Today, we're going to go through the 4 major ways that this cost can be paid for, and a spouse or close family member taking care of you does not count. Now, these 4 ways only have 2 different payment methods. Either you pay for it or they pay for it. Now, we don't have to ask the question of which is better, you pay versus they pay. I mean, someone else paying for this expense could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, whether you choose to work with us or not, or even qualify to work with us or not, our channels are designed to help you live the retirement that you deserve. Now, if you like the info that we provide, just click subscribe. I love it when things rhyme. All right. Let's jump into today's video. Now, not planning for long-term care costs is one of the biggest things that could kind of, derail your retirement. So it would be a very smart move to plan for it. So let's go through the 4 ways to pay for it. Now, the first way to handle it is long-term care insurance, if you qualify. I mean, this is a combination of you pay and they pay. However, we really aren't big fans of long-term care insurance because it can be pricey, and they can raise the premium any amount they want, and they usually do. Now, if you have a policy that doesn't go up or doesn't go up a lot, I mean, that is awesome. But we've seen premiums go up 250% in 1 year.
Holy cow boogers.
Now, most increases are not that steep, but if it increases enough to where you can't afford it, or you don't want to pay for it, I mean, what good is it? I mean, all that money that you spend on the premiums is just gone. So if you don't want to worry about the premiums skyrocketing, what else can you do? Well, you could get life insurance. And growing up, I was never a fan of life insurance. I'm sure you can't imagine why. But now there is life insurance where you can get access to part of the death benefit if you need it for long-term care or home health care costs. Now, these types of policies usually give you access to about 20% or so of the death benefit for up to 4 or 5 years if you do have these long-term care costs. And the amount you use just reduces the death benefit by however much you do use. I mean, they're gonna pay you the money anyway. They just allow you to get it if you do need it. Now, this can be another combination of you pay and they pay, depending on how much coverage you have. But a couple key differences from long-term care insurance is your life insurance premium won't go up, and it's not a use it or lose it situation. And as long as one of these types of policies is in place when you go into long-term care or need home health care, it'll pay for the costs, or at least some of the costs, But if you can't get approved for long-term care insurance, or you have some kind of health issues, it may make it even harder or even impossible to qualify for life insurance. So now what? Well, you could self-insure if you have enough assets. And hopefully those assets don't go down based on any kind of market loss, because that could cause some uneasiness, like how much you're gonna have left if you do need it. This is a you pay all of the expense situation. And you'd think that someone that has plenty of assets, or somebody even might call them rich, they wouldn't need life insurance. But a funny fact is, the people who have plenty of assets, they also have the most life insurance. What? They see life insurance a little bit differently. They see it as the best way to transfer risk and protect their estate, no matter what the size. And most people that have enough assets, they didn't get there by taking on all the risk themselves. They understand leverage. So why self-insure when you can transfer the risk? They know it costs less to transfer the risk. But if this isn't you, well, what else? Well, we're kind of running out of ways to take care of this expense. So if those 3 ways didn't work for you, it may look like you're up the creek without a paddle, but this last one could take a little edge off the sting of long-term care costs. But I gotta warn you, some think it's a 4-letter word. The last way you could handle long-term care costs is an annuity. Now, maybe you're saying, I knew it, but hold on. Annuities may not be what you think. Most of what people think about annuities today doesn't really apply, or doesn't apply to the good ones. There's good ones out there and there's not so good ones out there. There's several different types, and depending on how much you have, this could be another combination of you pay and they pay. And I'll explain more about that in a little bit. So just think about your lifestyle in retirement and ask yourself these 2 questions. 1, do you like pension type income? 2, do you want to leave anything to your kids or your other beneficiaries? Well, just like anything else, if there's anything left, it gets passed on to your beneficiaries. And if you like the idea of guaranteed income, would you like it if it doubled for up to 5 years if you have long-term care costs? If you need extra income for long-term care costs or even home health care costs, the insurance company will double whatever lifetime income that there is for up to 5 years. And if you live a long time and you blow through all of the money in the account and all of the growth, they still have to pay you until you or you and your spouse pass. And this is what I was talking about when I said this could be a you pay and they pay situation. So if needed, knowing that a portion of your income would double for up to 5 years, would that relieve a little bit of stress? I bet you'd sleep a little bit better at night. Now, as I said, there are good ones and bad ones. The catch is hiring an advisor who has access to the best products for you. And that goes for all of these options. Not all advisors can give you the best products. And that's because they work for a company that only allows them to sell a limited selection of products that company has. But that doesn't make those products or the advisors bad. It just makes it a little bit difficult for them to be objective on what they do recommend. Now, if you want to find out which options are right for you, go ahead and click the link below for a simple 15-minute phone consultation to find out if we can help. And if you like learning on the go, head on over to our podcast and YouTube channel, Retirement Rescue Radio. You can use it as another tool to help you navigate your retirement. So if you don't want to miss any answers to your retirement questions, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that notifications bell and look for a new video coming out every Friday. Live the retirement you deserve.